That's duck hunting season, everybody. Leafs win 3-2 over the Anaheim Ducks, and not only do they end the Californian road trip with 2 out of 3 wins, they end the Californian road trip with 5 points. 5 out of 6 points. Now that is pretty good because coming into this game, you're playing against the Anaheim Ducks, who, of course, beat the New York Rangers 5-4 in overtime on Friday night. Now coming here to Anaheim, you expect a better win. You expect another win from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, yes, Joseph Woll is in net and Lucas Dostal is in net. And I'm pretty much questioning myself before the game started. They didn't even add John Gibson. And that kind of concerns me because how did the Ducks get away with this? So you're going to tell me that you're going to add Lucas Dostal in the net for tonight against the Leafs, but you don't add John Gibson. Come on, man. It's literally the Anaheim Ducks. Put in John Gibson. I don't care. Just put him in. Forget Lucas Dostal. I mean, that guy's pretty good. But holy crap! Remember when the last time when the Leafs played against the Ducks in Anaheim? Oh boy, you could tell that Lucas Dostal had 51 saves in that game, 55 maybe. But he shut out the Leafs. And guess what happened? The Leafs actually Uno reversed the shutout as the Leafs win 2-1 in overtime last season over the Anaheim Ducks. In Anaheim. And now you beat the Ducks 3-2. Now coming in, you up by lead. Ducks almost came back. They came back. They almost took that lead. They took that lead away. But we end up finding a way to bounce back after that. We found a way to win that game. So let's get on with this game. The first period was a bit of a notorious first period, regardless of what happened, because in the first period, you have Mitch Marner. Of course, his stick touches the puck, and of course, Matthew Knies scores. It's 1-0 Leafs, and the Leafs strike first. But hold on a minute. The referees go into review. The Anaheim Ducks challenged the play, and the goal was overturned to no goal because it was a high stick on Mitch Marner. Dude, come on, man. That is not a high stick. That was a good goal by Matthew Knies. But Mitch Marner's stick touched the puck. He swatted it. It wasn't a real swat got. For Christ's sake, dude. How can you not make this up, bro? It's literally a good goal by Matthew Knies. And you want to call that as a high stick? That is not a high stick. And here we go with the comments section saying about, oh boy, look at this. Look at this. The comments on Twitter saying it was a high stick. But I'm just trying to tell them it's not a high stick. It was a good goal by Matthew Knies, not a high stick. Man, this is what really concerns me. And then Brandon Carlo gets called for a trip, and I'm like, I'm this close I'm just fed up with the referees because no matter what we try, end up shooting ourselves in the foot. And then William Nylander gets called. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, are you kidding me? But luckily, within 35 seconds to go in the first period, it was none other than, you know who, Max Domi. Ankle-breaking Radko Gudas, and the Leafs strike first blood in Anaheim. It's 1-0 Leafs. Thank God that goal will count. It would have been 2-0 Leafs if it wasn't for the no goal on the no goal on Matthew Knies. Oh, it remains 1-0 Leafs. The second period comes in. What can I say about the second period? Well, technically, everything going pretty well. Power play wasn't clicking, but luckily, Mitch Marner comes in, and he just goes on the breakaway, and Lucas Dostal was like, oh shoot, I gotta make the save. But nope, Mitch Marner just puts the puck in, and the Leafs up 2-0 at the second period. Okay, that's a good start here. Until when this happens. Leo Carlson makes it a 2-1 game. And the Ducks get on the board. And I'm like praying to God, I swear this is going to happen again. If the Ducks come back and play hero and make the Leafs blow up 2-0 lead, we're going to have some serious, serious issues. So we go into the second period with a 2-1 lead. Okay, pretty good stuff there. Well, could have been 3-0, 3-1 if it wasn't for the stupid high stick being called on Nyes, when clearly was not a high stick. It was a good goal. Well, Mitch Marner, whatever. And the third period comes in. McTavish scores on the power play because Morgan Riley got called for a penalty. Yeesh. And it's tied at 2. And I'm like thinking to God, oh my God. This might come as a surprise because no matter how many times the Leafs were up by a lead. But every time when the Leafs were up by a lead, the other team wants to play hero and makes the Leafs blow a lead. Like you go back to the Nashville game where the Leafs were up 2-0 in that game, and the Predators come in and play hero by making the Leafs blow a 2-0 lead. The Avalanche game where the Leafs were up 4-2, and the Avs play hero, making the Leafs blow a 4-2 lead. The Sharks and the Hurricanes, the Leafs were up 2-0, and end up blowing it to the Sharks and the San Jose Sharks and Carolina Hurricanes. And now the Ducks want to come in and say, here I come to save the day, and want to make the Leafs blow a lead. And the 2-0 lead gets taken away, and it's 3-2. It's tied at 2. Bro, how can you not make this up? Up by a lead. You're going to take the lead away from us like it's stealing candy from a baby. Oh, baby, this ain't good. So we needed to find a way to get this thing done. Ugh. And Matthew Nyes gets called for a rough. Great. It was a little hit. That's not a rough. The refs are back to their old form again. The no goal on Matthew Nyes and a rough on Nyes. Way to freaking go, referees. Way to go. Well, we were able to kill off that penalty because the Ducks are pretty bad on the penalty kill. And with 6 minutes or so to go in the game, maybe 7, guess who scores? The deflection tip-in by Steven Lorentz, and the Leafs retake the lead. It's 3-2 Leafs, thank God. Now can we do damage? Can we just end the game? We did just that. Woll was able to make some stops. The defense stopped every puck. We were able to stop everything just in the nick of time. And, well, thank God we didn't blow it in the end. Well, we were up 2-0 and we blew it, but we retook the lead and said, you know what? Everything's all right. We're fine. And that's how it ends. That's a really good game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. As not only they end the Californian road trip with 2 out of 3 wins, they get 5 out of 6 points in this Californian road trip, and they're 3 points up on the Florida Panthers for first place in the Atlantic Division. Now, yes, that's a something here because the Panthers are still frauds and they're not going to keep getting away with this crap. So technically speaking, this is a good win. All right, a win is a win for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We did just that. We did some justice here in the first and second. We did some justice in tonight's game and yesterday's game against the LA Kings. So technically, at least I'm happy and thankful and grateful that the Leafs got 5 points on this road trip, on this Californian road trip, instead of nothing at all. I'm still upset with the Sharks game where the Leafs were up. The Leafs came back from a 5-2 deficit, only to let Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith ruin a Leafs comeback in the shootout, where I literally lost my cool, and I went screaming in the basement at almost 2 in the morning, and got called out for it the very next day. Because I'm frustrated with the team, that's why. And tonight, Leafs did some justice against the Ducks and the Kings, and we got 5 out of 6 points. So I'm happy the Leafs got the job done, and we're going home Wednesday. Sure, the Leafs didn't clinch a playoff spot, but hey, I'll take this win any time of the day. And you know what? Leafs win, Raptors win, Celtics, Jays win. So I got myself a trio win today, so that's pretty good. That is actually really good. So that is it for me for this game. What a road trip. Started off slow, started off a bit shaky. Still pissed off about that result, but we bounced back a whole lot of times, and we made a big old hurrah about it. We just got the win. And Radko Gudas, he just got snake bitten by Joseph Woll, and Woll just got his revenge on Radko Gudas, and Radko is just sitting in the corner like a little baby. That's how a win is a win. And it feels so good to get revenge, because last time when the Leafs faced Radko Gudas and the Leafs, wrong one. Last time when they faced Radko Gudas, he was a Florida Panther and he screamed at Joseph Woll like a pouch, like a crazy man, like a jerk, like a wannabe. But tonight, he just got killed off. Well, not really killed off, but he just got snake bitten by Joseph Woll and his Toronto Maple Leafs. So that's a win. It's a win-win for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's go. That's 2 out of 3 wins on this Californian road trip. So the next game, the Leafs go back to Toronto. They play against the Florida Panthers. Yeah, they lost to Montreal then. Look, I thank God for that, because everything is going to plan to my favor. And even though I want the Leafs to win a playoffs, to get that playoff spot, that was much needed. So, win is a win. So let's just keep winning. And Florida, and Leafs are coming for those Florida frauds one way or another. No questions asked. So let's go, Leafs. Yeah!